Hey everybody, this is Freaks once again, and this is Game 3 between Headshot and Malevolence. Back in that first game, you saw that Malevolence ended up beating Headshot by containing him on that one base, and though it took quite a while to pull out the win, he eventually threw out that GG. Game number 2, Headshot pulled off a pretty effective drop on Malevolence, and that gave him the win, so they are currently tied 1-for-1. And whoever wins this game is moving on, and whoever loses goes down to the loser brackets. So I'm assuming these guys are pretty set on winning this game, so hopefully we see a pretty good one come here. As we saw in the last two games, Headshot is pretty fond of his MMM build. He likes to do the MMM and drops and use those quite effectively. I mean, the first game didn't turn out the way he kind of wanted it to, but I'm assuming he might do the same thing this game. Let's see, did he decide to do an extractor trick this game? Doesn't look like it. No extractor trick. Oh man, the viewers like to see that Malevolence. Barracks going down, standard timing, everything pretty standard here so far. As you all know, all Terran openers are essentially the exact same unless you're doing proxy barracks or any of that kind of stuff. Overlord, I don't know why he's scouting in that direction. Should be scouting out this way. I assume. There goes the pool, and there goes extractor, and surprisingly, there is no expansion first coming out from Malevolence. The first two games he went ahead and did that hatch before pool, but right now he's getting that pool out first, so interested to know when he gets his expansion down. Also, I'd like to see him get speedlings this game. It'd be really nice to see that. The last two games he kind of missed out on that. I don't know if that's intentional. I mean, I don't know why it would be, but there goes the roach warren. So actually, I believe we might be seeing a roach rush coming here from Malevolence. And depending on the comp that Headshot goes, Marines and Marauders, or if he goes for some kind of fast hellions, a roach rush would crush fast hellions. But knowing Headshot, the past few games, he's demonstrated that he likes his Marines and Marauders. So if he goes for that build, he will be completely safe from a roach rush, if that is what Malevolence is planning on. He's got one gas. I don't know if he'll have the gas here to produce 6 roaches, though he does have a few coming out. Let's check exactly how many he's got. Well, 1. I think that's what that is. 2 roaches. Yeah, not an ideal roach rush. A roach rush ideally would push with 7 to 8 roaches. So I don't know if he's going to be pushing super early, but maybe he will. Just try to throw that out there for some vision or something like that. 1 roach by itself isn't going to cause a whole lot of problems. 7 roaches may have. 5 minutes. Looks like he's training 2 roaches. Got 2 roaches on the field, so 4. Yeah, this isn't an ideal roach rush, so maybe that's not what he had in mind. But it looks like the Marauders are coming out right now, so he's going to be perfectly safe from any kind of roach harass earlier on. Get your mule down there, buddy. It's currently supply blocked, but it's going to fix that here pretty soon with that supply depot. Factory is going down. Looks like he might be doing the exact same thing he did last game. Rallying these roaches up there. I assume when he's got, yeah, 6 or 7 or so, he's going to try to put some pressure here on Headshot, or at least try to deny any kind of fast expansion, though. Seeing Headshot's play from the last couple of games, he's very not likely to be doing that at all. I mean, we might even see an expansion down here or something crazy like that. 6 roaches are outside the base, but with 2 Marauders and a handful of Marines, should be pretty confident in holding that off. Looks like these roaches are going to be cleaned up here pretty quickly. Not doing any kind of significant damage. The supply depot, nothing. That Marauder didn't even die. He's at 35 health. No expansion down yet. It's at 32 supply. Spine crawler. That is to protect from drops, because he knows that Headshot likes to drop, and I'm assuming that he expects him to do it again. But if you look up here, he's got this kind of weird proxy expansion, though I don't know what he's going to do with that unless he kills these destructible rocks. 2,000 health there you've got to knock out before you can stream right through there. As you can see, he's got his natural down there. What's Headshot up to? Yep, doing that same exact thing. 2 medevacs coming out, did the switch there with the reactor. He's going to be focusing on MMM. But right now, I'm not entirely sure what Malevolence plans on doing with this, but we will see later on. Handful of roaches right now. Honestly, if Headshot decided to push at this point, he could probably take Malevolence out. I mean, making the roaches against the build that you've seen Headshot doing MMM is pretty bad idea. I don't know what caused him to go for roaches quick instead of a Ling Bling or anything like that, because with those Marauders on the field, these roaches are just going to be slaughtered. Second expansion, that proxy one is done, making a queen. Does he, I mean, is he going to harvest from this, or what is he going to do with this? I'm not sure. No transfer of drones, which looks like he should be doing that. Not again, lol. Oh, he spotted the drop. He says, I'm drop proof. And he went back and dropped all his bio ball back into his base. So I'm assuming he was going to do another drop. But now Malevolence knows. Headshot likes to drop, so he put these spines up. So it doesn't look like Headshot will be planning on dropping anytime soon. We'll see about that. He's getting the tanks out. It definitely puts up some missile turrets. I don't know if he's anticipating mutas or just trying to protect from any kind of overlord or overseer scouting him out. There's this expansion going down. We'll see if he lifts that up and brings it over here. Not this this weird proxy expansion dealie. He's got an overseer. I mean, it looks like he is going to start harvesting out of it. I wonder if this is just a hidden one, and if he's not planning on Headshot actually finding this expansion and doing anything about it, or if he plans to, you know, spawn things directly into this natural expansion of Headshot just through these destructible rocks here. He's mining a little bit out of his main natural. Gas is going up, so he's gonna be on 3 gas, 4 gas. Maybe he's gonna try to tech up to something. He's got his infestation pit going down, or actually is down, so maybe he's gonna go for some infestor play. And like I said in the first game, infestors are really effective against bio balls. A couple fungal growths and bye-bye marines, you know. But he hasn't been using it as effectively as I would have hoped. But we'll see what he plans on doing on this game. Hopefully he uses those. Let's check out the production. Does he have any? He has 2 infestors in production right now. But honestly, Headshot needs to scout a little bit more. That's one thing he's been lacking these past couple games is scouting. Because right now, if he scouted and saw that this is all that Malevolence has got, he could make a push, and a pretty effective one at that. You know, just siege up the tank. Marauder's going to clean up these roaches. You know, I mean, it could be pretty devastating. And it looks like he does have link speed. Congratulations, man. That is awesome. Link speed. It's going to be a lot more effective than slow lings. But yeah, that's one thing I'm not super fond of. But it looks like he might be going out to push here. I don't know if he's just going out to try to, you know, secure his second expansion. Possibly. Maybe not. Yep, it looks like he's going to be trying to make an initial push on a Malevolence. He's got his infestors there, some roaches and lings, but honestly, I believe that this is going to be a pretty effective push. What he needs to do, though, is lift that up and bring it to his natural. I don't know why he's not doing that. I mean, Malevolence would see it, but if with a tank down there sieged up and some Marines, you know, you'd be fine. You have that secured from anything, even with that proxy hatch right there. We'll siege up that tank, hit the stim packs. Is he gonna hit the fungal growth here? No fungals. There's the fungal. But it looks like they're still going to be okay, especially with these medevacs healing these Marines and Marauders right back up top. Tank is sieged up. This natural is going to be taken out here. Roaches just running right to their deaths. There's not a whole lot going on over here at this expansion. Missing an inject right there, but what can you say? Aha! He made those roaches at this expansion here. That's part of the reason why this could be such bad placement. Because it took so long for those roaches to get down here, and by the time they get there, you know, fight's pretty much over. You know, they're just arriving late to the party. It's like, what's up, guys? You know, the base is just getting wrecked over there, and they can't really do much about it. Evo chambers going down. There weren't any upgrades in production, but it's going to delay them further. He did get up to 1 armor before that dropped, but Headshot does have the upper hand. Infestation pit is going down. Nothing going on up here still, not a whole lot. These roaches are just rallied down here, and they're still not going to be able to make any kind of significant defense of this main base. Surprised he still hasn't lifted that off. I mean, at least with all those mineral stocked up, you at least place a few barracks or factories or anything like that. Hive, or lair, excuse me. This lair is going to be taken out here pretty soon. I'm thinking this is going to be game here, because it doesn't look like there's a whole lot Malevolence can do, even with this expansion up here and this one down here. I mean, this is essentially just a macro hatch. There's nothing mining out of there. Pool is going to be taken out here soon, with the Roach Horn followed. I mean, these spine crawlers are going to be set up over there, but there's really not a whole lot those are going to do. Taken out here before they can even get set up. Maybe he's going to miss the Roach Warren. We'll see. Yep. These roaches are borderline useless at this point. Look at this. Just streaming in here to die. Terran equals OP. Well, buddy, that's not the truth. You continue to make roaches when Marauders are the direct counter for roaches. So, really should have been making Banelings or something like that. That would have cleaned this up nice, but roaches versus Marauders is never going to end well. Burrowing that drone there. Not going to see that little guy. The sole survivor of this. Oh, never mind. There's an infestor right there. Not sure what he's going to do. Maybe he could fungal that. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? No, he's not going to. Anyway, it looks like he's got a small little army right there. Still missing that expansion, but oh well. Just like the last game, he's got the upper hand at this point, so he doesn't have to worry about expanding. You know, they say once you're ahead, get more ahead, but I guess that's not Headshot's philosophy. He's just trying to pound him out right now. Infestor's not going to be able to do much. He's just pulling everything back to this expansion back here. Roids plus upgrades equals deadly. Yep, stim packs and upgrades. Pretty effective against Roach, I'll tell you that. He's got this infestor. They seriously need to fix Zerg. So broken. Well, man, you might think so, but that's not entirely true, because the comp you went with really isn't that all effective against Bioballs. So it's a learning experience, you know what I mean? You know, once you lose to a comp, you don't complain that your race is broken, because if it was broken, Blizzard would do something about it. I mean, do you know how represented Zerg is? I mean, if it was broken, nobody would play it. But still, plenty of Zerg players out there, so it's just something you gotta learn, man. Just don't go roaches versus MMM, you know. Ooh. Wonder what he's thinking at this point. Just gonna run around looking for expansions or something. Still has no idea that this is there. This entire game's gone by, and he thinks this is just an empty expansion. Meanwhile, he's got spines going up, and kind of got an eco going. We'll see. I mean, there's no spawning pool for him to do anything with, so there's not really anything Malevolence can do. This game is over unless he pulls some kind of stupid move. There he goes, getting all those SCVs in that command center, and he's going to lift off and take it right there. And I don't know why he just didn't send those 5 SCVs around. That would have been a little faster, but anyway. He's going to try and get a second expansion down there, but there's really... This game's essentially over. Headshot has almost 3,000 minerals stacked up, while Malevolence is sitting at 100. I mean, clearly he's beating Headshot's 0 income with 400 or so, but the amount of minerals that Headshot is relying on right now, it's just too much for him to try to come back in any sort of way. I'm just waiting for Headshot to make that push. I don't see why he hasn't done it yet. It's really... Let's look at the player camera and see what he's up to. Just flying those Vikings around probably. He's moving this force. There's a changeling in there. And he has no idea. But really that's not going to help him out at all. He's got a few spines here, but with Stimpaks these spines are just going to be cannon fodder. They're not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage. He's going to try... he hasn't even... There they go. There go the SCVs. He's probably going to do a little bit of infest or harass just for fun. You know, there's really not a whole lot of effectiveness that can come out of that. Nothing game-changing. There they go. Spewing out all kinds of infested Terrans. That's nothing more than just an annoyance, though, because once he finds his base, it's all over. And I also don't see why he hasn't transferred all these SCVs. It's been standing around there picking their butts for about, what, 5 minutes or so. He's going to be busting down these destructible rocks because he does see this expansion. And he's going to be streaming down in here, taking out these spine crawlers. That queen got a transfuse off, but it's not going to save it. Just waiting for this game to end because it is over, and it has been over. Expansion is just going to be taken out. Headshot's making quick work of everything here. There's the GG, and that puts Headshot up 2-1. Malevolence won that first game, but Headshot has effectively came back by winning 2 games in a row, and that means Malevolence is going to the loser bracket, and Headshot is moving on.